When I fall in love, it will be completely, or I'll never fall in love. In a restless world like this is, love is ended before it's begun, and too many moonlight kisses seem to cool in the warmth of the sun. When I give my heart, it will be completely, or I'll never give my heart. And the moment I can feel that you feel that way too, is when I fall in love with you. Hey, good evening. I am Ethan Hirschenfeld. This is the No Show for Sunday, May 19th, 2024. Welcome to the show. When I fall in love. Yes, Nat King Cole, Richard, exactly. He sings the living heck out of this thing. That's how I know this song. When I fall in love, it will be forever. Well, you don't know that. He says it'll be forever. He doesn't know if it's going to be forever. There's no way to know. That's the thing about it. Or I'll never fall in love. I don't know that that's a great strategy, honestly. He says, when I fall in love, I'm going to fall forever, or I'll never fall in love. That's like, they say, don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. Have you heard that expression? Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. So here's a guy saying, when I fall in love, it's going to be perfect. That's it. Or I'm just not going to fall in love. I think that could be a little bit, a little foolhardy. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe things progress. In a restless world like this is, that's a nice restless. The world is restless. People are running around, marrying this person, divorcing that person, getting engaged, running around, dating, breaking up, restless. In a restless world like this is, love is ended before it's begun, and too many moonlight kisses seem to cool in the warmth of the sun. Too many moonlight kisses cool in the warmth of the sun. You know what? That sounds to me like that's about, you're kissing someone, it's dark out, and you don't realize that, they have a little bit of a, I don't know, they're not who you thought they were. Maybe they're not your type. Or it could be you're just intoxicated by the moon, and then when the sun comes up, your mood changes. This is a 0 alcohol Guinness. Tonight's show is brought to you by no, it's not. It's just a 0. And too many. I'm singing that a little differently because Nat King Cole says, and too many moonlight kisses. And too many. It sounds like to the preposition instead of like to the adverb. Is too many? Yeah. Too many moonlight kisses. It doesn't quite. Neither way is perfect, I have to say. I'm going to blame the lyricist. No, I'm not blaming anyone, but the words are by Edward Hyman or Heyman. The words are by Edward Heyman, and the The music is by Victor Young. Victor Young. And too many moonlight kisses seem to cool in the warmth of the sun. When I give my heart, it will be completely, or I'll never give my heart. Well, there he has control. In the beginning of the song, he's like, I'm going to give it forever, or I'm not going to give it at all. That you don't have control over. But I'm going to give it completely. That sounds. What was the cranking, Ethan? What was the cranking? Wait, was there a cranking song? I mean, was there a cranking sound? Oh, that sound, yeah. Oh, that was, I said Haman. That was a reference to the holiday of Purim, the Jewish holiday of Purim. When you say the name of Haman, the villain in the scroll of Esther, which is the book you read on that holiday, whenever you say the villain's name, you spin this noisemaker. The idea is like, may his name be blotted out forever. So this lyricist of this song happens to be named Haman, no relation, but I just was making a crank sound. Yeah, I forgot I'd done that. When I give my heart, it'll be completely, or I'll never give my heart. And the moment I can feel that you feel that way too is when I fall in love with you. And that moment I know I discussed on the show a few months ago, but the moment I can feel that you feel that way too, that's when I fall in love with you. That's a little bit like kind of a little bit strategic. It's not terribly romantic. It's like no, you go first. No, you go first. No, you go first. Okay, we'll go at the same time. Okay, we'll go at the same time, and okay, we both went at the same time. But yes, he's holding back a little. Exactly. I'm gonna catch up. Hey, Fafi, can you stop all the grooming? There's a lot of licking sounds. I'm gonna bring Fafi. She hasn't been on the show in a little while. Fafi, come here. Oh, good girl. Here she is. Fafi, say hello, Fafi. Dun da 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 da. Hoyo toho, hoyo toho, ho. This is Fafi. Fafi's the boss. She's our senior. She's going to be 14 on Christmas. Is that right, Fafi? Fafi, play something for us. Play a little. Play that tune. Come on, we worked on it. Come on. You know the one. There was a farmer had a dog. She's shy. She's camera shy. Okay, wave goodbye. Okay. All right, that was it. All right, well, I thought she was going to sing. We worked on that trick. It would have been a real circus act if I had my dog singing. What do we got happening in the chat? A grogger. That's what it's called, Mom. Yes. The crank. It was called a grogger, the noisemaker. I guess that's the Yiddish word for it. Speaking of moonlight, Peter Rowan's Midnight Moonlight. Oh, I don't know that song. A banger. Morning After. Okay. Gosh, I have fallen behind. I'm going through the comments, writing down the songs, and then doing Tonight You're Mine completely. The Harold Arlen song, Morning After, yeah. Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? That's a great song, Carole King, yeah. Okay, thanks for all the great suggestions. Aren't you supposed to get married and the fall in love? Aren't you supposed to get married and the fall? Love and marriage. Oh, we did that song a few weeks ago. That's a great one. Was that the Gus Kahn songbook? Or Sammy Kahn? Is it Sammy Kahn? Boy, my memory for names. Okay, let me see what I think. I had another song I wanted to do, but I wanted to tell you a little bit about what happened tonight. Tonight we went to Provincetown, the next town over, and we went to the Mosquito Story Hour. So the Mosquito is like the local answer to the Moth Radio Hour of radio fame, where people get up and tell stories based on a theme of the night. So there's a local one that's been going for 10 years, and my friend and neighbor Vanessa runs the thing, and another friend who co-produces it named William Mullen, who was a guest on my show a year ago or 8 months ago. So tonight's theme was underdog. And I wasn't planning necessarily on telling a story, and then I got there and I told a story. The story I told was about going to Venice. I won't tell the story here, but it was a little bit of a, I wouldn't say a revenge story, but it was sort of an internal turning of the tables, a turning of the internal tables. Because the first time I went to Venice, I had a certain experience when I went to take voice lessons with someone in Christmas '96, and then 10 years later, I was back there singing at the Opera House. So it was a little bit of what was it? It was a victory of sorts, and it was redemption. It was a story of redemption, because my first trip, it went wrong in various ways. Yes. Oh, yes, Kathy. Yes, we always clean the corner eye junk from our beautiful little Fafner. The thing with a dog with white fur, when they get those little drippy things. Actually, it looks like someone has to clean mine a little bit more, because you start to see those lines permanently. So we're very assiduous about cleaning them. And the moment. Yes, Mobius, you spelled it exactly right. Fafi. The full name is Fafner, and Fafner is one of the two giants in Das Rheingold, the first of the Ring cycle. And then Fafner comes back in part 3 as a dragon. So she's a great character. Oh, cane corso. Yeah, those are nice. Those cane corsos. Thank you. Hey, Dad. How you doing? Hey, Jill. Hey, Mom. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Richard. Hey, Mobius. Hey, Dawn. Hey, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. I am Ethan. This is the nosho. As I mentioned, it's Sunday evening. It's May 19th. I heard from friends. So the other day on... by the way, this is a very advanced technique for tuning the ukulele. If anyone is interested, it also works for violins, violas, cellos, upright basses, and other string instruments. You don't have to go through the whole thing of like plucking the note and then comparing it to another note and tightening. You can simply take this little knob and just stick it right in your ear. Yep, that's it. And that works. See, it worked. No, it was an itch. It wasn't even an itch. I exchanged texts with 2 friends who were teammates of mine on the high school basketball team. One of them is now in Texas, one is in New York. And I exchanged messages just because yesterday on Instagram I saw a video. It was a video of the 19 '85 NBA Finals between the Celtics and the Lakers. This was back when I watched basketball in the mid '80s, when I was playing on a team and I was really into it. And it was really like time travel to watch these guys do their thing. It was Larry Bird and Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish and Danny Ainge, those guys on the Celtics. And then it was Abdul-Jabbar and it was Magic Johnson. And so it was really a highlight reel of Jabbar's skyhook. It was just skyhook after skyhook. Anyway, it was like time travel because it's 40 years ago, and it was when I watched this stuff intensely, and I was really invested in what was going to happen, and I was very ambitious about being a basketball player. And so to watch that video, it felt a little bit like time travel. It was kind of cool. I don't watch anymore. So then my two friends were corresponding on that little group text about what happened to the Knicks today. No spoilers, but they were corresponding about that. And I had no emotions about it. No longer involved. But as long as everyone had fun, that's the important thing. Did everyone have fun? Did everyone get a good workout? Did everyone treat each other kindly? Did the fans feel like they got their money's worth? Did people eat healthily in the stands? Did they bring ear protection so that their eardrums were not assaulted by the insane level of noise in the arenas these days? As long as that happened. Did they take public transportation to and from the arena to avoid excessive carbon footprint? These are the things that I hope happened at the Knicks game. Those are the things I care about. I can't name the players anymore, but I know the priorities. There's a song I really want to play, which I don't have it in me yet, but I'm going to get there. It's an ambition, and I promise to do my best to be able to play it. It's such a beautiful song. It's one of those Chet Baker ones. Time after time. No, it's not that one. It's I fall in love too easily. I fall in love too fast. I fall in love too terribly hard for love to ever last. My heart should be well schooled, 'cause I've been fooled in the past, but still I fall in love too easily. I fall in love too fast. And then a trumpet solo. Oh my God, it's such an incredible song. And when I was listening to that Chet Baker album, Chet Baker Sings, listening to that song over and over again on my CD player in my car, it was an old Volvo wagon with one of those CD boxes that you would pull out and stick in the trunk so that people wouldn't steal it. The opening chord of that song, I Fall in Love Too Easily, it's beautiful, and I feel like it's played just on a bass, and that's how it came. So the song was composed, there it is. Anyway, the song was composed by Jule Stein, lyrics by Sammy Kahn. There it is. It was introduced by Sinatra in the 1945 movie Anchors Aweigh. The film won an Academy Award for its music. I Fall in Love Too Easily was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Original Song, and it lost to Rodgers and Hammerstein's It Might As Well Be Spring. Sammy Kahn has said of the conception of the 16-bar song, I Fall in Love Too Easily, quote, "This song was written one night in Palm Springs. When I sang the last line, Jules Stein looked over me and said, "So that's it." I knew he felt we could have written on, but I felt I said all there was to say. And if I had to do it over, I would stop right there again. That's so interesting. So it's a really short song, and they were aware of the fact they'd said it all in just those 16 bars. Of course, then when Chet Baker does it, it has this incredible trumpet solo, and then he repeats the chorus, and then so it's voice, trumpet, voice, trumpet. It's a C minor 7. Yeah, I don't know how to. The chords are just too. I'm not even gonna. Manos arriba, hände hoch. I'm not even gonna attempt to play that at the moment. But someday soon I will do it. Those Kahn guys had a corner on the market. Yeah. Sammy Kahn. So Gus Kahn, he was another. Let me just look this up. Gus Kahn. I would be a terrible DJ because you're supposed to remember all of these. Yeah, Gustav Gerson Kahn, from 1886 to 1941, American lyricist who contributed a number of songs to the Great American Songbook. Caroline in the Morning. Oh, My Buddy. Oh, these are the songs. I did these a few weeks ago on the show. Tut tut tootsie goodbye. He did that one also. My Buddy. It Had to Be You. He did all those lyrics, my God. Dream a little dream of me. He was born in 1886 in Bruchschied in the Rhine province in the Kingdom of Prussia. This is an interesting thing, just as a sort of aside. It says, Kahn was born in 1886, the son of Teresa and Isaac Kahn, a cattle farmer. And then the next sentence begins, the Jewish family immigrated to the United States. So Wikipedia, it's a very bizarre thing. I'm not saying there's a conspiracy, but it's a very funny fact about Wikipedia. No one is Jewish on Wikipedia. They'll never say Gus Kahn was Jewish. They just don't say it. And instead, they always say things like, he came from a Jewish family. He was seen at a Jewish dance. There's always like he's tangentially, he had contact with the Jews. His parents were, it's a funny thing. I got to talk to Mr. Wikipedia about that. In his early days, Kahn wrote special material for vaudeville. I wonder what special material is. Throughout the 1920s, Kahn continued to contribute Broadway scores such as Holka Polka, Kitty's Kisses, Artists and Models, Whoopee, and Showgirl. Wow. And then he wrote movie music. All right, that's Gus. Yeah, so Gus Kahn and Sammy Kahn. Then the question is, any relation? Were these two guys related? Father and son? Let me just check that. And then I'll stop with all this internet business. Gus Kahn and Sammy Kahn. Related. He was Sammy Kahn. He changed his last name from Cohen to Kahn to avoid confusion with Sammy Cohen, and again from Kahn to Kahn to avoid confusion with Kahn. So yeah, not the same spelling, not the same families, and that Sammy Kahn changed his name twice to avoid confusion. First, he changed it from Cohen to avoid confusion with the comedian and actor Sammy Cohen, and then he changed it from Kahn with a K to Kahn with a C to avoid confusion with Gus Kahn. That's funny. Someday Soon, Judy Blue Eyes, September Morning. All right, I want to tell you another fun thing that happened today. So, I went to the dump, which is now, George Carlin had an incredible bit where he talks about the fact that language gets watered down and loses its punch. So you end up, one of the examples he does in the bit is that the word shell shocked from World War One, which is very descriptive and sounds like what it is. The soldiers came back shell shocked, which just sounds like it. It's a hard hitting word. It contains the cause, the shell, the symptom, the shock. It just really packs a wallop, that term. And then over the decades, it got changed to, well, I can't remember all of the iterations, but it ends up as PTSD, which is very clinical and, the evolution, or you could say the devolution of the word from something very descriptive to something bland and generic and clinical. So there's a dump here in this small town where we are, but it's no longer called the dump. It's called the transfer station, which sounds, it's kind of Orwellian. The transfer station. Oh, don't mind all of this. No, don't worry, it's going to be transferred. So, oh, Kathy, yeah, that's a different bit, but from actually the same era that Carlin, his famous bit about your, yeah, my stuff is stuff, your stuff is shit. That whole thing. Yeah. Anyhow, I was at the transfer station or the dump, and they have a swap shop there where you can drop stuff off and pick stuff up. So I'm going to just show you. I was chatting. I dropped something there, and then I was chatting with the people. Okay, I didn't drop. I went there just to look. So the guy who was working there, I want to thank him. His name is Ahmed, and Ahmed asked me if I saw these hanging, and I said, how much? Well, the answer to how much in there is everything's free. So it's just, these are Elvis coasters. These are drink coasters. It's a Love Me Tender. There's a Leather Elvis. I think that's the concert where he's like in the round. The King of Rock and Roll. Anyway, a beautiful set of Elvis. I would like to hang these and make them part of the set because I love singing Elvis stuff so much on the show. All right, so that was one incredible find. These are made in Salt Lake City. Oh no, they're made in China, distributed by Salt Lake City. Okay, and then this guy Ahmed, thank you Ahmed, he goes like this. He says, here, you should take this also because you would probably appreciate it. This is a Bob Ross bobblehead. Yeah, cork backs. I just noticed that also, Kathy. This is a Bob Ross bobblehead that speaks. You know, Bob Ross, the painting guru on PBS, who would do that show, and he would say things like, all right, we're just gonna put a happy little tree. Just put a happy little tree here, and it's your world. You're creating this world, and you're gonna put your happy little tree there, and maybe there's just a little squirrel. There's a little squirrel right under there, and if you don't like it, you just cover it over. It's your world. You can do what you want with it. So anyway, this is not just a Bob Ross bobblehead, but he talks. So he says his little aphorisms. Here, listen.
And that may be the true joy of painting is when you share it with other people. I really believe it's the true joy.
The true joy of painting is when you share it with other people. I really believe that's the true joy of painting. Same with music. Same with my show. Let's hear what else Bob Ross has to tell us. Look at his cute little palette.
And let's make some nice little clouds that just float around and have fun all day.
Let's make some nice little clouds and have them float around, and we'll have fun all day.
Let's get crazy. What the heck? Take a 2-inch brush. This is your bravery test.
Let's get crazy. What the heck? Take a 2-inch brush. This is your bravery test.
The thing that you try and you don't succeed, if you learn from it, it's not a failure.
You try, and if you don't succeed, you learn from it. It's not a failure. I mean, this guy.
You have to have dark in order to show light. like in life.
You have to have dark in order to show light. It's just like in life. He's talking about the chiaroscuro, the dark and the light, the wabi-sabi, the yin and the yang.
You know me, I think there ought to be a big old tree right about there.
You know me, I think there ought to be a big old tree. There ought to be a big old tree right around there. Oh, he's a friend. Anyway, what a good soul. A friend of mine who was on this show a year ago. He was in fact my first guest when I started doing the show. I think he was my guest on July 14th. He's an actor out in LA, and he did a show. He's a very funny improv actor, and he did a Bob Ross comedy show, which is they would challenge you to do a Bob Ross painting. So you would watch, I think, a Bob Ross video, and then they would film you doing the painting and attempt to do it. It was very, very funny. All right. Wow. There goes a half hour. I fall in love too easily. I fall in love too fast. I fall in love too terribly hard for love to ever last. My heart should be well schooled, 'cause I've been fooled in the past. But still I fall in love too easily. I fall in love too fast. Yes, he is a font of wisdom, that Bob Ross. Suggestions again for, come rain or come shine. Oh yeah, come rain or come shine. Okay, I'm writing it down. Oh, and let's fall in love. I had that from yesterday. Come rain or come shine. All right, I'm going to ask everyone to please send good vibes my way at 2 p.m. tomorrow when I do my audition for the limo driver. The limo driver. I'll be loving you always, with a love that's true always. When the things you've planned need a helping hand, I will understand always, always. Days may not be fair always. That's when I'll be there always. Not just for an hour, not just for a day, not just for a year, but always. There it is. There it is. Always. Thank you for your eyes. Thank you for your ears. Thank you for tuning in. Richard, that's very kind. You say show's too short. It should be 3 hours like David's show. You know what? Thank you. That's very kind. And what I'll do is I'll plan to do a marathon show one day just for the fun of it. I have to figure out what day that would be. Something where it would, I know what I should do. On July 14th. So July 14th will be the 1-year anniversary of this show. So maybe on that night, on Bastille Day 2024, I'll do a double wide show or something like that. But let me think. Maybe there's another day where thematically it would make sense to go longer. Oh, that's a really good idea. That's a great idea, Mobius. So I'll make on the anniversary of the show beginning on the 14th of July, I will do an extra wide show, extra long, extra tall, and I will do all requests. So in advance, send me some. Well, you've already sent me some, but if you have a particular thing you would like on that show, and you can always reach me on my email, ehbass@gmail.com. ehbass or ehbass@gmail.com. And yeah, put that in your calendars. July 14th. That'll be the 1 year anniversary show. That'll be show number 366. All right. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you tuning in. Please share this with someone you think will enjoy it. And I will see you here tomorrow night at 9. Always at 9. Unless you're in LA, then it's at 6. Okay. Nighty night.